Just a minute. Give me a minute. I'm just trying to have this perennial problem of technology. Somewhere doesn't go with me. So we'll start. So we'll start with the session. So again, session basically based on taking up questions and trying to solve. That's the basic idea behind it. So we will start. The session is basically for people who are writing the aptitude examination, somewhere to help them with a shortcut method to solve things faster. That's the whole idea about this particular session. So idea is, so you can solve the questions faster in the examination if you can use this method. What you need to do is understand this method and then try to use this in different kinds of sum. That's how it hits. Why is this session important? Purely because it helps you to learn methods in any aptitude exam if you want to crack. Be it, there is aptitude examination in MBA Entrance, be it UPSC, be it anything. You need to learn methods that will help you solve things faster. If you can solve things faster, that will help. And these methods are basically for that. Understand these methods and try to apply. That is what is going to help you to be better as far as solving is concerned. Right? So we start with the first question, go to it, try to understand it. It is not as simple as you think, but if you just try to understand it, you will be able to get the answer. Anyway, if you have any queries during this time regarding anything regarding preparations, I try and help you off with it. You can ask me in the chat box and I'll try to answer the questions. In the meantime, you can also try to answer this question. If you get the answer for these questions, do put it in the chat box. Right, so we're looking at the first question. So it says 45 innings, he did not score more than 15, exactly 30 innings. That means rest 15 innings, he has scored more than 50. Right? In the 30 innings, he has scored less than equal to 50, and 15 innings he has scored more than 50. What is the highest possible value of average score? When you have to maximize something, you have to minimize something else. Remember that. This is a rule of maxima minima. When you want to maximize one part, you want to maximize the score in 30 innings. This you have to maximize, which means you have to minimize your score in the next 15 innings. Whatever 15 innings are there, where you scored more than 50. Try to work that out and try to figure out the answer. Get the answer, you can put in the chat box. Yeah, you can write the CAT examination even if you're 32 years. There's no harm in writing the CAT examination. You can write. Remember, in a 15 innings, he has to score more than 50. Okay, 15 innings, he has to score more than 50. Remember that. So automatically in a 30 innings, it will be less than 50 because it has to average out, right? Just trying to give you a hint. So automatically 50 is not possible. I'm just eliminating one of the options. So in a 30 innings, if he has to, in a 15 innings, he has to score more than 50. So the average of 15 innings is 50. The average of 30 innings has to be less than 50. For the average to be 50, if one value is more than 50, the other has to be less than 50. Hope you understand that. If that is clear, then you should be able to also understand the average cannot be 50. Giving a hint. That's because everyone has marked 50 therefore. Okay, let me explain. As I said, it's not easy. Maximum minimum is always confusing and always tough. Okay, so if I'm looking at the sum, as I said, if I want to maximize something, I have to minimize everything else. So I have to minimize in the 15 innings. Okay, if I have to maximize in the 30 innings, total 45 innings, right? If there are total 45 innings, if I have to maximize in 30 innings, I have to minimize in 15 innings. So what is the minimum value in this 15 innings? So it is 51 he can score in each of these 15 innings. 15 into 51. How much will he score in 30 innings? Total, that is 45 into 50 is the total, minus what he has scored in the 15 innings will be what he has scored in 30 innings. And divide this by 30, you will get the average. Okay, total of 45 innings, subtract the 15 innings which are there. Okay, you will get a score for 30 innings and divide by 30, you will get the average. So it becomes 2250 minus 50 into 15, if you look at it, is 750 to 765. Solve this, will get the answer. That's one way. One more approach of solving it is, in this 15 innings, he has scored plus one more than the average. That is plus 15. So in the 30 innings, he'll be minus 15. For 30 values, that means he'll be minus 0.5. If it's minus 0.5, that means the average will be 49.5. This is what you'll get here also, 49.5. When 15 innings is plus 1, that means he must have scored 51 in every inning. So plus 15. So in the remaining 30 innings will be minus 15. Okay, minus 15 upon 30 will give you minus 0.5. That will be the answer. Any mock will do. I mean, each one has its own flaws and own advantages. You can ask me separately. I'll try to help you off with that. So yeah, I hope this is clear. 49.5. If you don't understand, at least understand this. Minimum in this 15 innings is 15 to 51. So remaining will be divided by 30. You will get the average, 49.5. Hint for the example. I'll give you a hint. You can use the ratio method. Ratio method is a very common method to be used. Yeah, but that is for 30 innings. It is 50, not more than 50. But the remaining 15 innings has to be more than 50. No, then you will not get the answer. Options will not match. It has to be. Look, what is they asked is cricketer. Cricketer, when they score runs, they can't score half run. They have to score full runs. So it has more than 50 means 50. Just a couple of questions. In 50 innings, in 30 innings, he has scored more than 50, not more than 50. That means less than equal to 50, right? In 30 innings. So in 15 innings, he has to score more than 50, remember. And more than 50 has to be minimum 51 because it's the run score. It can't be half a run. It has to be a full run. So minimum has to be 51. Because they said exactly, remember the word exactly. Exactly 30 innings, he has scored less than equal to 50. The 15 innings, he has to score more than 50. And if average is 50, that means one value is more than 50, the other has to be less than 50. Remember that. When average is 50, and one value is more than 50, other is less than 50. Coming here, 120 words per minute and 150 words per minute are speed. 120 words per minute and 150 words per minute are speed. So if you can find the ratio of the speed, okay, ratio of the speed, you can find a ratio of the time, and remember difference in time is 2.5 minutes, because here it is 1 minute 30 seconds more and here it is 1 minute before, so difference in the time is 2.5 minutes. English language is there. There's exactly 30 innings if you look at it. That means it can't be more than 30 innings he can score 50. So remaining 15 innings he has to score more than 50. Read the question properly afterwards. Aram se you'll make out. So first find the ratio of the speed, and from there then find the ratio of time. And difference in time is, I said, 2.5 minutes. So 1.5 minute more, and here 1 minute before. So 1.5 minute before, and one is 1 minute. Say 1 minute before and 1.5 minute after. So difference in this time is 2.5 minutes. Okay, let's try to understand. If I say speed is 120 and 150, it is 4:5 speed. If the speed is 4:5, the time is inversely proportional to speed, is 5:4. If speed is 4:5, time will be 5:4, inverse proportion. Now difference of 5 and 4 is 1 actually, time, which stands for 2.5 minutes, because we know difference in time is 2.5 minutes. If 1 stands for 2.5 minutes, 4 will stand for 10 minutes. Okay, if 1 stands for 2.5 minutes, then 4 will stand for into 2.5, 10 minutes. But this 10 minutes is 1 minute before. So actual time will be plus 1, 11 minutes. C option. I'll repeat this again. Speed is 120:150 or 4:5 is the speed. So time is inversely proportional. Time will be 5:4. If speed is 4:5, time is 5:4. Remember, more the speed, less the time. So difference in the time is 1, but we know the difference in the time given in the sum is 2.5 minutes. Because this is 1 minute before, this is 1.5 minutes after. This 1 stands for 2.5, so 4 will stand for 10 minutes. So this is 10 minutes, this is 12.5 minutes. So the actual time will be 11 minutes plus 1. In this case, options could be a little difficult. Ratio is the best. Ratio is used, understand when the ratio is used, both the values are given to you, right? So ratio, when both the values before and after is given to you, then you use ratio. You can use options, I mean you can use the same thing, 1 minute before, so it will be 10 minutes, 1.5 minutes after, it will be 12.5 minutes. The ratio is 4:5, which is what the ratio is. From that also you can get the answer. For example, if you take 9, 1 minute before is 8 minutes, 1.5 minutes after is 10.5 minutes. Ratio is not 4:5, can't be the answer. The only option which gives you ratio 4:5 is C option. You can get the answer with the option. Go to this time speed distance again. Try to use options here. I mean here maybe options will be beneficial and easier to calculate. So when Chahal starts, Kamal is already 15 seconds ahead. And when Kamal starts, Newton is already 25 seconds ahead. So that means difference between Chahal and Newton is 40 seconds. I'm just giving an example. Difference between Chahal and Newton is 40 seconds. Because Newton starts 25 seconds before Kamal and Kamal starts 15 seconds before Chanchal. So difference between Chanchal and Newton is 40 seconds. Use that. I'm just giving a hint. And then try to use the options to get the answer. When you're using the option, use the option that are easy to calculate always. You avoid any option which has difficult answers or tough calculations. That's how you use the options. So whenever you use the options, try to use options that are easier to calculate. Avoid options that are difficult to calculate or solve. I repeat here, Newton is 25 seconds ahead of Kamal and Kamal is 15 seconds ahead of Chanchal, which means Newton is 40 seconds ahead of. The difference in time is 40 seconds. right? If I look at out here, I'll not use 10 meters per second, because if speed of Chanchal is 10, then speed of Newton is 14 meters per second. But 14 is difficult to divide by 600. Remember, time is equal to distance upon speed. If I take 6 option, the speed of Chanchal will be 6, speed of Newton will be 10. So time taken by Chanchal is 600 upon 6, which is 100 seconds. Time taken by Newton is 600 upon 10, 60 seconds. If you look at difference is 40 seconds, satisfy, that's what we want, A option. Just use the options. If you look at time taken by Chanchal is 600 upon 6, 100 seconds, and time taken by Newton is 600 upon 10, 60 seconds. Difference is 40 seconds. Difference is 40 seconds, which is what we want from the sum. Therefore, the answer is A option. Multiples. Theta question, but the concept is used, can be multiples. If you exclude Ram, then the ratio of students wearing a green color dress and red color dress is 4:1. And if you exclude Sham, students wearing green color dress and red color dress is 5:1. I'll have to go back to summary. I'll not go now. We'll check it later maybe, but at least right now go to it. But at the only, in that case, we'll take 10 as the answer. Whatever. I mean, I'll just go back 1 minute. Newton will be the one who is slower. Chanchal is the one who will be faster. So what is the speed of Chanchal? Faster. Sorry, the answer will be C option. My mistake. There will subtract 4. Okay, yeah, 10 and 4. If it's 10, then it will be 6 meters per second. So Chanchal is 10, whatever. Newton is 6, and then it will be 60. So C option. Concept is same, but yeah. Here the concept is multiples. So use the multiples to get the answer. Just to give you a hint, if Ram is found at ratio is 4:1, that means the total will be a multiple of 5. And if you include Ram, it becomes multiple of 5 plus 1. In the same logic, if Sham is not there, the ratio is 5:1. That means total has to be multiple of 6 plus 1. Because if you include Sham, total multiple of 6, that is 5:1. And then if you include Sham, plus 1. So we'll go at multiple of 5 plus 1, multiple of 6 plus 1. What can be the value? So multiple of 5, multiple of 6, multiple of 30. LCM of 5 and 6 is 30. 31 is a possible value. It could be 61, it could be 91, but we have to see which one satisfies, smallest value. Let's say 31. If it is 31, if I remove this 1, it will be 30. And if I break it up into 4:1, 30 divided by 5 is 6, so it will be 6 and 24. Same if I remove 1, 30, break it up into 6, it becomes 5 and 25. Which means that total 6 red will, sham will be red, we removed sham, and there will be total 25 green will be, ram will be green. This satisfies, so 31 is the answer, right? So 4:1, so we say it's a multiple of 5 because 4 plus 1 is 5, multiple of 5, and then add 1. So if 5:1, total is multiple of 6, then add 1. So answer should be multiple of 30 plus 1, 31. Substitute 31 and check, you will realize it will satisfy. Therefore the answer is 31. It's important to try. I'm not worried about answer being right or wrong, but try, that's what's important. These are all questions from the mock paper which I've taken. So whenever you have variables in the questions like this, just put simple values for the variables, you should get the answer. Right? Whenever you have variables, try to put simple values for the variable, you should be able to get the answer. Okay. So if you want, you can take n as 1 and solve. Put n as 1. So 2n will become 2. Then try to work out the answer. So whenever you have variables, it's easier to put values for the variables and then get the answer. So in this case, you can put n as 1. So automatically 2n will become 2. Use that and try to figure out the answer. Okay, let's solve this. If I put n equal to 1, that means the first term, the value will be 3000, the first term. And if I put n equal to 2, sum of two terms, okay, this is sum of two terms is 12,000. Which means the second term will be 12,000 minus 3,000, 9,000. Second term will be 12,000 minus 3,000, 9,000. Ratio of the first term is 3000, and a common difference is 6000. So ratio of first term and common difference is 3000 and 6000, which will give you 1:2, A option. That's the answer, right? First term is 3000, difference is 6000, second term is 9000, because total is 12,000, so 12,000 minus 3000, second term becomes 9000. So difference becomes 6000. So we want a ratio, first term and the common difference, which will be 3000 to 6000 or 1:2. So let's try to understand the concept used. Here we picked up any variable which is there in the question, we put up simple values for a variable and try to get the answer. It becomes easier to solve whenever you have variables like n, n1, n2, simple to solve. Here's a multiple concept. We'll use multiple concept multiple number of times. Be comfortable. The first thing that should come into your mind is multiples. If you're good at multiples, a lot of sums becomes easier to solve. Out here, okay, it is basically using options. You substitute your option, you'll get the answer. Okay, that's the basic idea. Here a ratio method, very useful in a lot of sums. Be comfortable with the ratio method. Okay, and here basically maximum minima, the concept of around the average if you're comfortable. That's very useful, because if it's plus 15 for some value, it will be minus 15 for other values, divided by 30, minus 0.5, directly you get the answer. Right. Understand the concept, understand the methods that are used to solve. Try to apply to different sums. It will help you a lot. Right? Fine. So with this, we'll wind up here. Thanks for being there. Good night and see you in the next session.